starting the session officially in 3 more minutes. So use this time to just get yourself some water, go to the washroom, prepare your notebooks and snacks, and we will be starting in 3 more minutes. All right, everyone? So just 3 more minutes before we officially start. We'll be starting in 2 more minutes, everyone. Just 2 more minutes. Thank you, Jay Kumar, Jency, Martin, Chi, Rara, Sheena, every one of you for being early. We really love that attitude because that's the kind of attitude that you should be having, especially in the QA community. Thank you. Hello, hello. So you guys are early, but we'll be starting in 2 more minutes. All right, everyone? So just hang tight and we'll start officially very shortly. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Now, before we start the session officially in 1 more minute, let me just let all the early birds who are here, early before the session starts, know of our, in case you've missed it, our blogger of the month. So in case you've missed scanning this QR code, here it is. Just take out your phone, scan it so that you can be one of our bloggers. All right. Very good. And we are going to be starting in less than 1 more minute time. So I hope all of you are excited. So let us know how you're feeling because we have our very special speaker who will be presenting with us very shortly. In fact, let me just go to his slide to the front. Now, just gentle reminders to just log in from a quiet session. We will have a 5-minute Q&A session after the session, and we will have a 5-minute quiz at the end as well. And most of all, just have fun. All right, here are our social media channels again, and our Discord if you would like to join. So be sure to do so that you can be part of the QA community as well. Yes, thank you, Bharati. You are excited. We love to hear that. I hope the rest of you are excited as well. Now it is officially 1:30 p.m. IST, which means we can now officially start the session. All right, everyone. So thank you for being here on time. Now, as you know, our speaker is Kushan, who will be talking about the social impact on codeless test automation in the community. Now, he has had 10+ years as a social worker to assist the QA community by sharing his knowledge and expertise. And that's what makes him our qualified speaker to be talking about the social impact on codeless test automation in the community. All right, and here are the key takeaways that you will hopefully get from him as well. Now, for all of you here who are on time, thank you so much for doing so. But I just need to quickly mention, I did get a chat box from some of you earlier asking for the QR code regarding the blogger of the month. I think it was Sonu Gandhi. Sonu Gandhi, yes, I saw your message, and not to worry, I have got you covered. Here is the blogger of the month QR code for you, for everyone. So I'm just gonna leave this here for just 1 minute, and then we will start the session. So just take out your QR codes and scan this. All right. So I hope all of you who missed to scan the blogger of the month earlier, my apologies for going through the slides a little too fast, but we hear you because this is again by the QA community for the QA community. So we heard that some of you missed the QR code earlier, and that's why I put it up here for all of you for your convenience, because again, by the QA community for the QA community. So thank you all so much for reaching out and letting us know that you missed it so that we could listen to you and give you what you wanted. And here is the QR code for all of you to scan. So really appreciate all of you for participating. This is already something that you can post on your active participant contest by actively participating, by asking us for the QR code that you missed, and then we were able to give it to you. Now this is something that you can post as a content piece and make it as a posting for you to be part of the active participant contest. So, but we're just happy that we're able to give you guys what you guys asked for. So there's our blog of the month, but we also have another surprise for all of you. So for all of you that know, earlier we had the surprise of the expo booth, which I hope all of you took the advantage of by attending some of our booths. As you know that we had from XLQ and Katalon, and I saw some of you were having a session by Katalon as well. So great job for utilizing the booths. And that was our surprise earlier. But now we have another surprise. So let me just share my screen for all of you. Now, this surprise is given to us directly from our lovely partner, Taxicom. And now for all of you who are interested in finding a job, this is an opportunity for you. So if you are here in this conference, this is an opportunity for you to upskill your knowledge and experience and expertise by learning. But if you are also eager in finding a job itself, then you've come to the right place. Now, the first surprise that I want to share with all of you is the first job opening that's provided by Taxicom, which is a firmware test engineer. Now, this is the job description PDF. Now, if all of you are interested in being a firmware test engineer for Taxicom, do reach out to us and we will be happy to assist you. All right, so just a brief lowdown on Taxicom. This is their information. Eugene, just quickly scan it before I move on to the next page. We'll be within the next few seconds. All right, fantastic. Now, to move on to the job description. So if you are interested in being a firmware test engineer, or if you're not sure and you've never been a firmware test engineer just yet, no problem. Here are some of the things that you might need to know before you apply. As you can see, we have our position objective, our deliverables, and critical success factors. So if you are a seasoned firmware test engineer, or you're looking to start being a firmware test engineer and you see that you can do all these things, be sure to reach out to us so that we can let you know and how you can apply for this job by Taxicom. All right. And of course, the very basic academic qualifications and experience. Very important for all of you. And here are the benefits and competencies required. We see we have in the chat box from Ashish. Where is the link? No problem. Will have our moderators type in the link for you so that you can apply. It will be an email address. All you have to do is just send in your resume. All right. We will have our moderators type in the email for you to send your resume, and we will directly liaise with Taxicom. All right. So this is the first job application that's made available by Taxicom. But wait, we have another surprise for you, which is this is not the only job position that's being made available by Taxicom. In fact, we have another job position that's being made available for you by Taxicom, which is being a cloud test engineer. So again, this is by the QA community for the QA community. If you are here in search of jobs, well, you're in luck, because if you are looking for one, here is another one made available to you, the second job posting that has made a surprise visit to our conference for all of you to potentially apply if you're looking for a job. Now, this is about Taxicom as well, but now here, the meat, which is the position objective and deliverables if you are interested in being a cloud test engineer. I will let you skim through that before I move on to the next page in the next few seconds. All right, very good. And now let me just move on to the critical success factors and also of course, the basic academic qualification experience required, and also the competencies and benefits, which are roughly the same. But as you know, so if you are looking to either be, to do firmware or to be a cloud test engineer, do reach out to us, and we would love to help you in applying for these jobs. Oh, Preet asked, I lost to join QA Talks Networking booth. So is there any way to join it now for the job opportunities? No problem. Let me just get our moderators to type in the email so that you can apply. All right, so let me just leave this here for you guys to read it very quickly as well before I continue. All right, fantastic. So for all of you who are interested in potentially trying out these jobs, we hope all of you will give them a try. Now, the good news is if you are interested in applying for these jobs, do look in the chat box, as we will have this email, which is careers.qatalks@gmail.com. For all of you guys, just all you have to do is just send in your resume, because we will collect the resumes for you, and then we will liaise with the potential job employers for all of you. All right, so we hope all of you will apply. Now let me just share my screen again. Oops, let's see. Screen sharing will need to load a little bit. Okay, it looks like the screen sharing is not working, but not to worry. Instead, let's just continue on with the session. All right, now we are going to have our lovely speaker, and it looks like we've just gotten this to work. All right, very good. It looks like my device has stopped hanging. Thank you all so much for your patience, because as you all know, technology can be a little slow sometimes, but alas, we've now got it to work. Okay, very good. Oh, and I've just received an update. So it looks like our speaker, Kushan, is running down with a flu, and it looks like he's not feeling too well to proceed with the session. All right, no worries. We will instead get someone else to participate in the presentation, which hopefully I think is going to be Katalon. So Katalon will be presenting a demonstration instead in place of Kushan because he is not feeling well. Hopefully it is not COVID-19. So everyone, please give us your prayers and blessings and hope that Kushan will have a speedy recovery instead. All right, so let's move forward. All right, so we will now be inviting Katalon to instead do a live demonstration in place of Kushan, who is struggling with an illness of getting a flu. So thank you all so much for your patience and understanding. And let me move forward to pass the floor to Katalon. Hold on. Let's invite Katalon to the stage. But in the meantime, here is the Discord channel if you want to have your questions answered and join the QA community so that you'll be able to see them answered post-conference. All right, so it looks like we are able to have our diamond sponsor Katalon here to join us and save us from the session while Rahul is busy recovering from his flu. So let's give them a warm appreciation and thanking them for taking the time out of their busy schedule to enable to take in the session while the speaker is having a flu. So thank you. Let's give a warm welcome to Bhagyesh Nanwani.
Hey, thank you. Hey everyone, thanks for joining in. I think we might have met in the booth as well. I'd give you a small introduction about myself before starting this session. My name is Bhagesh Nanwani and I work as a solutions engineer with Katalon. Thank you everyone for giving your time on this weekend. And I'd like to greet each and every one of you a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, since I know that you would be joining in from different parts of the world. And I would also like to thank QA Talks community for organizing an event on this mass scale. Today, I'm going to speak about the Katalon. Now, as you might have heard about the name of the Katalon, it's a smart tool that would basically help you make your codeless automation journey much more easier. So what I do is I'd start sharing my screen and let me know if you are able to share it, if you're able to see that.
Yes, able to see.
Okay, thanks for confirming that. So Katalon, as again I reiterated, is much more than an codeless automation tool, especially when we talk about all the things that we do cover. It would provide you a one-stop testing solution in a single umbrella. Out over here, you can see that for the test generation phase, Katalon has something known as Katalon Recorder and Katalon Studio, which would combine together with each other to work in unison. Now, Katalon Studio is just like an IDE, which would basically allow you to edit your test cases, be it in manual mode or be it in script mode. Now, what do I mean by manual mode is it is just a mode which would allow you to achieve things without writing any code. And in case if you want to make any changes and you want to see how a Katalon is generating the code behind the hood, you can switch on to the script mode as well. Now, Katalon also provides a recorder. So recorder would basically enable you to perform testing of APIs, websites, mobile apps, and desktops. So you just need to perform certain set of actions. Those actions would be recorded automatically by the Katalon recorder in the background, and you can play those actions. So gone are the days when we were writing test scripts back again and again, and to run it across on different devices, we were writing different test cases. So Katalon solves that particular problem. And I think most of you would agree with me on this pointer that most of the times we see our organizations heads or the upper management asking us for the results of the test. So you might agree with me on this point, and it becomes very difficult to keep all these results in track so as to give them a collaborative view of the results that are being generated when we consider that there are lots of test runs that are taking place in a single day. So Katalon Desktop is the solution, which is a test orchestration platform. It basically gives you insight as it's mentioned out over here. I'm going to give you a small glimpse of Katalon desktops as well. It would basically allow you to plan your test scripts. It would allow you to configure test scripts. Let's say if you want to run it across in a Docker container or you want to run it in a Kubernetes environment, it would allow you to do that. It would allow you to manage your test cases. It would show you how many test cases of yours are passing, how many of them are failing, and what is the basic trend that you can see for a specific test case. So that you can identify all the test cases that are very crucial, that might fail, that are critical, and you can pay them more importance. It also allows you to execute test cases. Now, this is the beauty. So most of the times we see that people execute the test cases on remote infrastructure, on cloud infrastructure. They don't go for the local execution. So Katalon desktops directly integrate with all the major remote infrastructures, including Katalon's own provided solution for this that has been recently introduced. It is Test Cloud. So you can run your test cases directly from Katalon desktops to Katalon Test Cloud. And in case if you want to run it from CI, that is also something which is achievable. So this is the complete set of solution that we do offer. There are lots of capabilities out over here. I'm not going that much in detail in the interest of the time, but this is how the overview of solution looks like. It helps you with the test generation. It helps you with the test orchestration, and it helps you with the test execution as well. Now, gone are the days when we were relying on different tools for achieving different use cases. We were using some third-party reporting tool for creating reports for us, and then we were using some other environment for execution. Katalon basically provides you all the solution under a single umbrella. So it would ensure that you have everything once you opt in for this solution. Now, just to show you a small glimpse on how solution works, I would be highlighting the overview of the solution in the later stages as well, like in the meeting that we have tomorrow. But just to show you a small glimpse on how this solution could work, what I would do is I would basically start this video recording. This is the pre-recorded video that we have. And after that, what I would do is I would give you a small glimpse on how Test Cloud would work and how we can work with the Katalon desktops as well. So let me know if you are able to see my screen. I would also share the video, computer sound with you. So can you see this video? Okay, thanks for confirming, guys. I think we are receiving lots of chats on that. So thanks for being such a lovely audience. I would just start this video. This is a small video. It won't take much of your time. It's just a 10-minute overview of the Katalon. Stay tuned and let us know if this is something that would be the solution that would work for you in the future, and we would be happy to get in touch with you. There are lots of things that we are going to discuss about after this video, and we are also going to take Q&A. So let's get started with this video.
Hi, my name is Christian, and today I would like to show you how easy it is to transition from manual testing to automation through Katalon Studio and Test Ops. First, let's talk about the transitional phase people experience, and compare the before and after effects of introducing testing automation. The main reason for automation is speed and accuracy of test execution, which manual testing lacks in comparison. Because of that, projects have a low test coverage and therefore either slows down the development speed or lowers the quality of the project overall. And so what do you get out of automation besides faster testing and no human errors? Your developers, first off, get the ability to create test cases and run them often while they're developing new features. Your QA team can now focus more on test coverage rather than test execution, and your project overall will be able to maintain a higher standard of quality and be able to release in a more competitive fashion. Now, when you do make the decision to introduce automation, you should be aware of some of the challenges to come. The most important one being tool adoption and onboarding. Introducing new tools and practices in a dev environment can make or break progress to meaningful changes that you're trying to achieve. So it's important that your new tools are easy for everyone to use and flexible enough to fit the skill sets of various types of users like developers. Now, automation isn't about a single tool, but is in fact a journey that a company takes, and it takes time to grow into. Changing your environment to the cutting edge of automation can be more of a hindrance than a benefit. And this is why it's important to not only find a great tool, but a great company to guide you through it. And for this reason is why Katalon is recognized as the #1 rated tested automation product. Over 100,000 companies trust us to guide them through this automation journey by utilizing our suite of products, so that they can create an environment where testing efforts are centralized for all to see, and to enable them to have a more informed discussion on the development and health status on any given application they're trying to work on. Now, with that all being said, I want to show you just how quick it is to create a test case and see those results shown in test ops. Essentially, I want to show you what it looks like when you take that first step into automation from a non-technical end user perspective. So, now that we're in Katalon Studios, what we're going to be doing is creating a simple test case against our medical web application, where a user is going to be making an appointment with a doctor. This test case is going to be created by a non-technical user, in this case us, where we're not going to be touching any scripting or advanced features. For that, I would suggest going through our YouTube channel for such demonstrations and videos. For this example, however, all we need to do is first create a test case, given it an appropriate name. In this case, we'll call it Make Appointment. Click OK, and we're going to be brought into something called a keyword view. In this case, it's a way of looking at a test case without looking at the code itself. Don't worry about the UI you see here. Once we're done with our recording sessions, we'll be able to see it being filled out for us. To record through our interactions, all we need to go is click on the Record Web and look through our web recorder window. A couple things it's going to be pointing out. First off is the URL that we're targeting. So what page do we want to be on when our interactions start recording, and also what browser are we wanting to record in. It should be noted that if we want to play this back into, say, Firefox, Edge, or IE, or any of the other supported browsers, that we have this cross-browser support. But for us in this test generation point, we're just going to simply go into Chrome. Once we click on the recording session starts, we're going to be, it's going to bring up our environment, again, our targeted URL, and also in a Chrome browser. And from here, all we need to do is, interact with the application like any user, and those test steps will be generated. If you want to see that happening live, all we need to do is click on the expand button, and once we interact with the application, you'll start noticing that all the steps will be shown in front of us. So I'm going to simply enter in my credentials and going through various different web elements to make an appointment. Say that it happens on the 31st, and the reason for it, let's just say yearly exam, something along those lines. Once we book the appointment, we go back to the home page, and that's it. That is a fully fleshed out UI test case that pretty much anyone can make in very few, maybe about a minute and a half. Now all we need to do is simply save our test script, and it's going to prompt us to ask if we want to save all the objects that we've recorded. In this case, we're going to say OK. And our test case is now fully fleshed out, again, from a basic point of view. Now, if we wanted to parameterize this with any information, or if we wanted to run this against different environments, we can do so. However, for today, we're just going to show the basics of the basics. So we have our test case. If we wanted to, we can play it back for us, but we want to send the results that we make into our test ops environment. All we need to do that is make what is called a test suite. A test suite is simply a collection of test cases, either running in different environments or different data values, something along those lines. And we'll be sending all that information to our test ops environment. In this case, I'm going to call it med web regression. Click OK. And we simply add our test case. In this case, we check the make appointment test case, click OK. Now, when I hit the play button, what's going to be happening is that it's going to be running, and it's going to bring up my environment and go through all the test steps that we happened to go through in our recording session. It should be noted, again, that these test results will be sent directly to our test ops instance, where they will then be added to the list of other testing efforts that we've made, and will be showing us a broad view of the health and status of our application. Again, we're all about saving time, but also enabling you to create an environment for collaborative efforts. Once it's done, we can simply switch over to our instance. Let's refresh the page. And if we were to go down just a little bit, we can actually start seeing that our test case was able to successfully complete. Not only that, but the time it took was about 9 seconds, and it was done a few seconds ago. Again, if we were in a test case, or if we had multiple test cases and running, we would see different various capabilities or categories to fill them out in. So if everything ran perfectly fine, it would get a pass. If something failed, it would, if something like misstepped or was not able to complete, it would get a fail, etc., etc. Now, if we wanted to go more into the management, execution, planning, dashboard, that will be for another time. Again, I just want to show you what the first step of automation looks like. And right now, within a few minutes, we were able to showcase, from a non-technical perspective, recording our interactions, being able to play them back, and also, automatically seeing our testing efforts go directly to a central repository of sorts, where with all of our other testing efforts, we'll be able to create a collaborative environment where people of different personas or different contributors can actually start having a more informed discussion about the development and health status of the application. And with that, we'll end today's demonstration. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to learn a little bit more about Katalon as a whole and Katalon Studio and Test Ops. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me or your respected sales account manager. And I hope you have a great day. Take care.
So that was all about Katalon, and I'll also give you a small introduction about the platform. I think my camera is giving me some troubles. So yeah, what I would basically do is I'll start sharing my screen back again. This was just a glimpse on how Katalon would work. Now, if I share my screen back again with you, and let's say we go on to the Zoom, and if I click on Katalon test stops, you might remember that I was telling you that there's a complete one-stop solution, which would basically allow you to have your test reports in there as well. So that's Katalon test ops. Okay, it's giving me invalid credentials thanks to the sharp memory that I hold. Just let me, okay, this is something that I'm using wrong. Let me change my password. Yeah, now it has signed me onto Katalon test ops. So this is how Katalon test ops looks like. Here it shows that I created two projects. There's a kind of hierarchy in here. We have multiple organizations, and inside those organizations, you could have multiple projects because we know that our teams are agile. You would be working on multiple projects at the same time. So this is the first project that I created. You can create a new organization from here, and you can create projects from here. So I'll show you the first project. This is how projects looks like. This is the dashboard for this project. It gives you a high level overview on the recent run. You can sort them out on this week or last week. We would be deep diving into it further in the tomorrow session as well. But just to show you a glimpse on how dashboard would look like, this is how dashboard would look like. Now, some of you might tell me that this is just a high level overview. What should we do to get the complete report? So that is also something which is possible. If you click on the report section, you can just filter the reports out from a specific date to a particular time interval, and it shows that I have been executing 19 tests. 5 of them have failed. Now, not that bad score, I'd say. And out of it, you can see inside those test suites how many tests were there. So 5 of them errored out. There were 68 test cases that have passed, and there were 8 test cases that have failed. So this is how the overview looks like. It also shows you the agent on which you have been running your test cases. I have been running it locally on my Mac operating system, and if let's say your test cases starts failing, this green color icon which is there, the green circle which is there, would tend to become more orange. But we would like to keep it green, and that's why I would recommend you to make use of multiple properties or multiple capabilities that we do offer, like the self-healing mechanism, which would basically fix all your test objects in case if they are not being found. Now, again, Katalon test also proves as a CI. Now, all of us might be using some CI in our environment. What you could do is you could schedule your test runs as well. So as you can see, I've scheduled these runs. Now, let's say I have some tests. I have linked my Git repository here. I selected that Git repository. I can name this execution, let's say regression test. And what I can do out over here is I can select the type of test suite that I want to run. This is the test. These are 2 test suites that I have. I can select the browser on which I want to execute these test suites. Now, there was a question in chat, how can we do cross-browser testing? So this is the answer. You can run your tests across on different browsers that are available out over here. And you can set the date and time on which you would like to trigger these test cases. If you would like to repeat them in cadence, you can do that as well. And the recent addition to the Katalon is Katalon Test Cloud environment, which would basically allow you to run your test cases across on Test Cloud. And let's say if these test cases are running on a local URL, you can enable this tunnel, which would help you resolve all the internal URLs as well. So this is the Test Cloud environment. You can select Windows or Linux, whatever operating system you would like to run your test on, and you can select the browsers as well, and you can click on schedule. So when you click on schedule, let's say I've given a time, I want my test case to run on 3 p.m. IST, and I'm too lazy to trigger the test case because by that time I would be sleeping. So what I do is I just schedule the test run, and the Katalon test ops would basically take care of the test. It would run that particular test case on the environment that I've specified. And along with that, you can do test planning as well. Out over here, you can create releases, and this will basically enable entire team of yours to coordinate over releases. You can manage your test cases as well. So here you can see that this is the project that I was running. Inside this, there were multiple test cases. If I click on test cases, these were the test cases that I had. If I click on any test case, it basically shows me stability of that particular test case. If I click on test objects, it will tell me all the test objects that are there inside that test case and how many of them I'm using. So in case if this count increases, it would show me that as well. And in case if I'm doing API testing, that would be something which would go in the web services part. So this is just a high level overview. I don't want to bombard you with all the information. I just wanted to give you an introduction of Katalon test ops, how it could prove as a CI, how it could prove as a solution for planning your test cases, how it could help you in test execution, test scheduling, and report generation. And thereby it makes Katalon a very good tool to make use of in case any one of you would like us to present you a corporate demo, or you think that this would be the solution that seems interesting and you would want to evaluate the solution further, feel free to get in touch with us. Feel free to share your email IDs with us. And this is about the solution. What I'll do is I'll transfer this call quickly back again to Rob. In case if you're missing anything, Rob, and in case if you want to add anything, feel free to do that.
Right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, QA Talks community, for having us here. And thank you for listening. I hope you learned a thing or two about Katalon And we'd be happy to help all teams in different, with different testing maturity. We have helped teams who transitioned successfully from manual testing to test automation, or those who would want to simplify testing from moving from a much more complicated testing framework into a much simpler one in Katalon. So right now I'm sharing all my contact details here in the chat box. Feel free to reach out to us. We could schedule and catch up some other time. We'd be happy to walk you through how we can do cross-browser testing, integration with your CI/CD pipelines, and how we can help you and make a difference in your testing workflow. Thank you so much once again, Bhagyesh, for doing all this and giving us a walkthrough of what we can do from our end. And there's much more, okay, that we have not shown you yet. Okay, so we have Test Cloud, we have the runtime engine. So basically, what we have from our end is an end-to-end test automation workflow that helps you from test development, CI/CD integration, orchestrating everything, and giving you the reports that you need so you have the visibility and control that you need from a management point perspective. So thank you so much once again, everyone, and feel free to reach out to us in the coming days or weeks. Have a great day.
Yeah, I'd also switch in back again here just to answer the question. Sorry for interrupting you, buddy. But I saw one of the interesting question out over here is that does Katalon supports incognito mode? So that is something which is possible. You can perform your test cases across an incognito mode as well. And I'd be sharing with you the documentation around the same. In case team, if you have any questions, feel free to ping them on chat. I think I might have missed certain questions since I was sharing the screen. And believe me, I'm not good at multitasking. That is something that I'm still adapting to. So feel free to share any questions that you have, and probably in next 2 minutes we can take those questions before transferring this call back again to our host from QA Talks community.
All right, thank you so much to our speakers from Katalon. Thank you all. Let's give them a warm round of applause for being here with us. We really appreciate that. And we did notice that some questions were actually answered already earlier. So everyone, if you were to look at the Q&A box, you will see that 3 of the questions have been answered and there are 2 more. We are a little bit running out on time, but not to worry. As you all are aware of, we have the Discord channel for all of you. So all you have to do is just join our Discord channel, and my team, the QA Talks community team, will take note of these questions from Amir Thoughts, like how do we add validations to our test scripts with Katalon, and what does status incomplete mean in the test execution? As well as there are some questions in the chat box as well that some of you have put in. No problem. My team will be sure to take note of them and we will answer them offline in the Discord channel post-conference. So thank you again so much to our Katalon speakers. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us, and it was lovely interacting with you. Thanks for being such an awesome audience, guys. I think you acknowledged multiple times when I was asking you whether my screen was visible or not. So thanks for helping us with that thing, and thanks for being such a lovely audience. We'll connect with you back again tomorrow in one of the sessions that we have. So we'll be looking forward to meet you there.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much again to our lovely Katalon speakers. Now let's move on to, you guessed it, our 5-minute quiz session. I will now pass the floor on to our quiz master host, Manish. Manish, take it away.
Hey, thank you, Daniel. And hello, everyone. I know you guys are so much excited. So let me quickly share my screen and let's share. Okay. So Daniel, can you confirm? Is the QR code visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool, thanks. So guys, quick housekeeping here. You need to scan this code, and once you scan it, register with it. And I would like your first name and last name, because we don't want confusion while we are announcing the winner. Okay, so make sure you should have a first name and last name. So let me start this. Are you guys ready? Okay.
I believe we are ready.
Okay, so just join the pool. Okay, I can see the people name. Yeah. So for 7, 10, we are looking for more than 100 this time. What do you say, Daniel?
I think that will be a miracle, considering there are less than 100 people in the Zoom.
but we are live on different channels, so people also can join from there. If
yes,
yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
Exactly. For all of you watching this from YouTube or Facebook or wherever you are, you can also join. No problem. This is open to both paid and free members. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Manish.
And just to give a idea, we will have a 2 quiz, a day 1 and day 2, and both the days we are going to announce the winner. So don't feel that you miss something if you're not able to participate today. But yeah, again, there is a chance to participate for day 2 quiz as well. Now I can see 25 people. What do you say, Daniel? You want me to start?
Yes, I believe we can start in another 10 more seconds.
10 more seconds. Okay, so can we move up to 30? So Daniel, what are the winning prizes for this quiz? As I know.
Yes, well, if all of you saw my slides from earlier, the winning prizes do include well, actually maybe I shouldn't say it, because then you guys we can have the anticipation to wonder what is the reward. So just do your best and stay tuned lah.
Hey, can you see that in 10 seconds we got 31 now?
Oh, fantastic. We reached our target. All right.
Yeah. Okay, now 32. So I will start in a second now. So hope you guys are ready for the very first question for day 1. Okay. I can see still people are joining. What do you say, Daniel? Should we give another 2 seconds more to them?
1, 2.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. So guys, we are starting now. So let's see. Here you go. Okay. So let's see. Very correct. 37% on people answered it correctly. Okay, let's see. Ready for next question? Here you go. Okay.
I think few of the people are answering in chat as well.
Okay, they might lose the winning prize then. Okay, so 46% people are going with the first options. Let's see what is the correct answer then. Oops, none of the above. Okay, next question, guys. Let's see. Okay, 91, and I believe this is the correct one. Yep. Ready for next question? Here you go. Quite confusing. Oh God, very mixed. Let's see. 23% people say correct. Okay. So finally, we have a final question for this session. So guys, ready? Here you go. Okay. Two, 1, 0. So let's see what audience is. 58% says record and playback. Even I don't know. Let's see. So this is surprising. Okay, so guys, are you ready to see the leaderboard? So here you go. So we have a top 5 now. So guys, those are in top 10. Don't feel anything. There are more to come for today. So be connected and be active. Thank you, everyone. Over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Manish. All right, so everyone, that was an example of our quiz session. So all of you, that now you know what it looks like. So be prepared for those quiz sessions in the future sessions. All right, we have come to the end of the first session. Now let's move on to our next session. So just a gentle reminder for everyone, please, if you are watching this from mobile, do transfer from mobile up into your desktop, because Zoom events work best on desktop version. And also the next session is in a different Zoom session. So all you have to do is that I'm going to end this session so that everyone will be automatically have the opportunity to go to the lobby and click the join session for Rahul Sharma, which is our next session. All right. See you guys in the next session by Rahul Sharma.